Hey fragrance lovers and enthusiasts, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel talking about another beautiful fragrance. And boy golly do I have a good one for you today. Before we jump into the fragrance review, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend because I provide beautiful content for you. Give back a little bit of love. Share the love here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel with your friend Benjamin here. Anyways, let's talk about this fragrance. It's called Milano Cento Him or Pour Homme. This is the parfum version. There are two concentrations. I want to make it clear this is the parfum, which is definitely going to be a little bit different. This one's a little bit more spicy, maybe a little bit more woody, but this is a beautiful fougere fragrance. This is classic. This is timeless. They brought back a timeless DNA. Oh, I forgot to mention, they did send this for review, but they didn't ask anything in return. They didn't know what I was going to say. They didn't know if I was going to be negative or positive. But I do have to say, this is an outstanding fragrance before I even get into the fragrance review. Outstanding. If you like barbershops and you like fougeres, this one and Estee Lauder for Pour Homme or for him are some of the best modern or classy, timeless fougere fragrances that are still being produced today. I have to be straight up honest with you guys. Wonderful people watching my video today. This is great juice. You get citron. You get that lemon, you get that classic little sour, element that used to be in more fougere or classy men's fragrances. There is that citronella. I do detect that. Some people seem to like it. I'm kind of familiar with it for being mosquitoes. It scares away mosquitoes in the South, but it's nice and it is actually very well blended. This is probably the best use of citronella that I've ever smelled in a fragrance, which is not the same as lemon or citrus. Again, citronella is a different, it's a plant. It smells like lemon. I'm not trying to confuse you over here. There is cinnamon here as well. There are some spices. There's some woodiness. You get your beautiful fresh oak moss. You get your geranium. And I do have to say, this is a very refined fragrance. Let me show you all the sprayer here. It's not bad at all. It's quite nice. It's a pretty decent sprayer. Hopefully y'all saw all those sprays. I'll do it one more time. Anyways, it's a pretty decent presentation. I like it for what it's priced, and I think you'll be surprised at how much this fragrance costs and what this fragrance can do for you for the price. But we'll talk about that at the end of the video. What does this fragrance do for you, though? Again, we're going to make you smell refreshed, going to make you smell classy, timeless, but it's a little bit warm, and there is a little bit extra warmth in the dry down from the amber. The amber here adds a little bit more smoothness and refinement, a little bit more body, and I have to tell y'all that amber is one of my favorite things to see. If it's used right in a citrus fragrance, it can add some warmth and some body and a little bit of balance to a fragrance instead of letting the citruses just dry down and the fragrance just disappearing on your skin. The amber gives a little bit more of the backbone and the support to this fragrance. Overall, really nice fragrance for people who are experienced with oak moss and fougere fragrances. I think that you will respect this fragrance and enjoy this fragrance. It's certainly a really nice one, and it certainly is well composed in my opinion. I do think that the citruses are a little bit sour, and for some people a little bit sharp. But for some people, they actually really enjoy those sour and sharp citrusy elements. So to each their own. But for me, that's not my favorite thing, but it does work in this fragrance, and certainly it still works and it's still good. The thing is, with the performance, you're going to get actually really good longevity out of this. You're going to get 7 to 9 hours. This is a parfum that actually works. I would say that even though it lasts 7 to 9 hours, which is the longevity that you want, I'd say that the projection is a little bit more on the average side. It can get you noticed. It's not weak. It's not a skin scent. But again, this is more of a respectable, classy fragrance. Great for the office. Great for a suit and tie. Great for a dressed up, respectable gent, everyday wear. This will make you smell really, really good. And it's going to work for you. It just works. And if you want to be a respectable gentleman, you can't get much better than this, especially for the value for the money. Which again, I'm leading y'all on a little bit, but we're going to get there in a second. The thing is, with the compliment factor, it was decent. It didn't get me a ton of attention, but it is citrusy. It almost feels aquatic. It's fresh. It's got some warmth. It's got some cinnamon. It adds a little bit to the sensuality with the amber. This is a little bit more sensual than an average barbershop. It's not the most sensual barbershop I've ever smelled, but it is refined, and it strikes a really nice balance of being appealing and a little bit attractive without being too much. It's very office appropriate, and this I like that there's a little bit of a tiny bit of sensuality, just a sprinkle of it in a fragrance that you know, usually with these classic fougere fragrances, aromatic fougere fragrances, you usually don't get you know, cinnamon, and you usually don't get amber. So to me, that's a really nice addition again to this fragrance. Price, I've been telling y'all the whole time that's worth the money, that I do think it's a good fragrance. Again, I did get this one for review, but that's not really swaying me. Again, I have been negative and gotten fragrances for free and been negative and really criticized the fragrance. This one is about $90 for 100 mils. For a fragrance that's a little bit more of an independent brand, some people might say niche, because they're, you know, a little bit of a step out of their own company, and they're recreating a classic DNA. You know, and they found a really old formulation and brought you a really classic fragrance in their own style. Very Italian, very timeless, very classy. I think the quality's here for 90 bucks. For some people, again, it's going to be a little bit sharp. Do I like really rich fragrances? Yes. Do I like really smooth fragrances? Yes. So typically this is not my favorite type of thing, but for 90 bucks, this is one of the best fougeres you can get your hands on. Yes, there are discontinued cheapies and hidden gems out there. There's Guerlain's Vetiver, which knocks a lot of fragrance out of the water for the value for the money. There's things like Zurius Rouge, which I love, the original Paco Rabanne pour Homme. Again, I already mentioned the original Estee Lauder, which is still in production. And you could go really bougie and go for things like discontinued Italian Cypress or vintage bottles of Polo Green. I know my vintage fougere fragrances. I really do. And I've smelled quite a few of them and reviewed quite a few. This one is pretty dependable and pretty solid. Again, you're going to have to, if you like things like Acqua di Parma Essenza, if you really like that citronella, this is certainly one you should give a try. Again, if you want something that's more modern and sweet and brought into a little bit more in the 21st century, you might also like Gravitas from Mr. Smelly. Hey, he did a good job. I'm going to shout him out. He deserves it. That was a pretty darn good fragrance. Again, decent fragrance here. I do recommend you get a sniff and try this one if you do like classy, refined fragrances. This one I don't think is that different or isn't really that overtly unique. I have to be honest with y'all. It doesn't do anything particularly special, but does it do everything right? Absolutely. It does everything right and everything you probably would expect from a classic, timeless fougere fragrance. And there's a lot of fragrances that attempt to do this, but they don't really. Or modern interpretations like Rifle So from Trussardi, that's a little bit more leathery, that really just flew under the radar. This one here does a fantastic job. It's still in production. You can still get your hands on it. And you're supporting a brand that really is putting forward, I think, a lot of good effort. I actually would like to see this brand put out some more fragrances, you know, some more Italian citrus. Maybe go the Perfumum Aroma route and give us some ambers, give us some really fascinating cypress and junipers, and maybe even form a little bit more of their own DNA and their character going forward as a fragrance house. I would love to see them succeed. And perhaps you're watching this review today, and this might be something that you might want to get your hands on. Let me know in the comment sections below, what do you think about this fragrance review today? Do you like this fragrance review? Do you think this is a good fragrance? Do you like the House of Milano Cento? Have you tried it yet? And will you try it based on my fragrance review? Let me know in that comment sections below, and while you're at it, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend. I'll see you soon, everybody. I'll see you in the next fragrance review. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so I upload very regularly. And the best way to never miss out on my content is, you know, subscribing, liking, following, and doing all that good stuff. And it gives a little bit of love back. Helps me out as a content creator. And I'm producing good content for you. So, you know, give a little bit of love from me. I'll see you soon, everybody. Hope that you enjoyed my fragrance review. I hope that you enjoy my content. And again, have a beautiful day. Enjoy fragrances. I think that every man should have a classic, timeless fragrance in his collection. And this might be the one for you. So give it a try. Get yourself a sample if you can. I will include links down below. On Lucky Scent, you can get yourself a sample if that's what you want to do. And I think the price is quite reasonable once again. I'll see you soon, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Find the fragrances that you love, wear those fragrances, and smell it up good. And I know that you're smelling good out there. See you soon, everybody. Peace out, and bye.